Welcome to Recover in Place. For today's mobility routine, we're using a mobility ball, so this could be a cross ball, tennis ball, whatever you have. I'm also going to use a foam roller, and I'm also going to use a little bit of wall space. All right. So to start us off here, I'm just going to put the ball here to the side. I'm going to be working with the foam roller. We're going to be going through the mid back a little bit. All right. So again, I'm not going to roll my neck. Right. I'm not going to roll the low back. I'm focusing on that section right. Basically, kind of think about top of the shoulder blades are here, not into the neck, and I'm kind of traveling a little bit below my shoulder blades right there to kind of that mid back here. So I'm going to be working through that with the foam roller. I'm going to start right here in that mid back area. Right there is where I'm going to start. All right, so I'm coming down to the floor here. Coming down to the floor, right? Stick it right there below the shoulder blades in the mid back. And then from here, we're just going to be working a little flexion extension with the spine. What I like to do is I like to take my hands, and I kind of make a fist here, scoop the other one. You can interlace your fingers, up to you. But I'm going to support my head and neck through this, all right? I'm going to be moving from the mid back, all right? So what's going to happen here is I'm in a flex position, kind of like I'm doing a bit of a sit-up. And then what's happening here is I'm going to fold over the foam roller. And then I'm going to do basically a bit of a sit-up to get back to my starting position, all right? So notice I let that kind of fold over, my mid-back folds over, and then from here I'm doing that sit-up as I come back up, all right? So I'm using the abdominals to get myself to come back up. So I'm still in that same spot, coming back and forth. I'm kind of relaxing over the foam roller a little bit, and then coming back. But again, movement is coming from my mid-back, right? I'm not completely collapsing my lower back or anything like that. I'm trying to focus on getting some mobility through there. And again, I'm using my breath as well to help me out. So again, maybe one more right there. All right, and now what I'm going to do is, I got probably about 3 or 4 there, and now I'm going to move my way up the spine. All right, so I'm going to move maybe another inch, right? I'm going to go inch by inch on this. So I'm going to support my head again, and then I'm going to fold over, right? Using abdominals to come back up, folding over, coming up. I'll get one more, fold over, coming back up. All right? Once I got that, moving another inch up, right? Finding a different spot, still supporting the head. Fold over, use the abdominals, back up, fold over, back up. You may feel some pops and cracks, folding over, coming back up, fold over, and back up. All right? And again, we're going another inch up. Spine, same thing. Fold over, coming back up, fold over, back up, fold up. I'm going to get one more here, fold up. Again, one more inch going up. From here again, folds, coming back up, folds, back up. Use those abdominals to come back up, fold up. I'm going to get one more, fold, and up. I'm going to pick about 2 more spots here. Again, folding, back up, folds, up, fold, up, fold, and up. All right, last spot again. I'm not on the neck here. Still not on the neck. Fold, up, fold, up, fold, up, fold, and coming back up. One more. Let's get one more here. And up. Awesome. From here, I'm just going to roll my mid-back. So I'm going to give myself a hug here, tucking my chin, just rolling that mid-back out a little bit after I've done that. Just kind of feeling that out. Awesome. All right, so from there, I'm going to come into a lacrosse ball. All right? So I've kind of got that mid-back moving a little bit, and then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to use the lacrosse ball on the wall here. We're going to start off in that side portion of the hip here. So for the side portion of the hip, what I'm thinking about doing is if I kind of rib cage, right, if I start there, it's kind of an easy place, everybody can find the ribs. Coming back down, rib cage kind of gives away, and then kind of finds big bony things, my pelvis. If I come on the side here, this is kind of the thing that sticks out. That's just basically kind of a bony process right there. I'm going to go right behind those 2 kind of points, right? So big bony process, pelvis, sticking it right in there. And I'm going to come onto the wall. This is my right side, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my right foot is going to be out in front, left is kind of behind here. And that way I can kind of shift my weight back and forth on the wall, right? So again, I'm shifting back and forth so I can move the ball, right? And I'm kind of hunting for some tight areas. So I'm just going to start there. If I find a tight area, I can just hang out on it, or I can do some really small passes back and forth, right? I'm using this front leg here to kind of go back and forth over the tissue. All right, just working your breath in this position, just kind of hanging out, searching for tight spots. You can also move it around a little bit, so I'm going to use my hand here, kind of place it in the different spots. That way the ball doesn't just fall off the wall, right? Yeah, we get one more spot in here. It's usually pretty tender in here, I would have to say, for a lot of folks. It may not be an area that you really explored much. The glute medius lives back in here, so it does a lot of things for us and for the hip. So again, take it pretty light through here. Again, if you wanted to use a tennis ball, you totally could with this. I'm using a lacrosse ball because I've done this before, so I kind of know what I can handle and what I can't handle. So yeah, let's get the other side, all right? So again, I'm kind of just rubbing that out a little bit. I'm going to get the other side. So again, find the pelvis, right? Get that bony basically process that sticks out, going a little bit behind both of those two, right? I'll find it on the wall. So again, sticking it on there. So now I'm on my left side, right? So the left foot is going to be out in front, right is behind. So I'm kind of my staggered stance here. That way I can just shift the weight back and forth as I basically press into the ball. Working your breath here. All right, you can use your hand to kind of steady the ball as you kind of find a new spot there. Just kind of hunt around for some tight areas, working the breath. If you find something really tight, you're like, hey, I can't go back and forth on it, cool, just hang out there. Or again, I can grab a tennis ball, if I have a lacrosse ball, so you can also downgrade to something that's a little squishier. Shouldn't be as sharp. And I'm going to find probably two more spots. And now I'm going to my last spot. Coming out of that, that is all I've got for you today. Thanks for coming by and checking us out. This has been Recover in Place.